All right, so about to get into this good old read. Oh, this good old read. This good old, it's so much warfare going on. It's crazy. Okay, so we have a situation here. We have the Ten of Swords that fell out in reverse. That's going to be on the outside of you. So somebody has had a breakthrough, but they're in denial. Okay, somebody did some type of work and they're trying to reverse it, but it's too late. You already sent out the intentions. Okay, the work has already gone through. So this person is beyond despair because they know that something is about to happen to them. You know, it just kind of seems like this person is going through, it's kind of like, it's like they're in denial. It's like they keep trying to fuck with somebody else, but they're the ones being fucked with. You understand what I'm saying? Like somebody constantly is trying to humiliate somebody, but find themselves constantly humiliated. But my thing is, this is a repeated pattern. Once you have the breakthrough, you're supposed to free yourself. You're supposed to have the clarity and fly. You don't have the truth because you're in denial of the truth. At the end of the day, whose problem is that? You can tell yourself, and you can lie to yourself all you want. But it shows and proves who you are. You keep exposing yourself. So we have this Queen of Cups here on the outside. Okay, so that Queen of Cups is going to represent, that is the catalyst. That is the catalyst for self-love, self-care. She has a realistic perspective about relationships. Okay, she's a creator of her own emotions. She has a lot of emotional integrity. All right, so when it comes to you, we have a projection. Somebody is projecting that you're throwing some type of tantrum or you're not devoted. In the position of your crown, you have the Eight of Cups. You have the King of Wands. Two of Cups in reverse. That's going to be this person over here. Ace of Wands. Oh, man. Nine of Cups. And the Moon card. That's the divination. So it was you. Okay, one more card. Four of Swords. Hold on. Okay. So this is coming off as you tapped into some divination because you're trying to test somebody's character. My thing is, you have tested this person's character a lot. Like, how much proof do you need? It's given insecure, you know what I mean? It's like you can't understand something. So you keep doing certain stuff to find the answers. You're doing everything except for being direct. So now that you have your answer on who is who, now you feel like you can rest. But my thing is, don't you dare think that you got away with that. You're not going to get away with that. You hear all that confirmation? Because the thing is that you have the truth, and you've had the truth about this person, and you know that it is the truth. It's just that you have outside influences that are constantly trying to manipulate you, and they're using spell work on you. Now, the thing is that they're trying to blind you into who somebody is. But you have already seen the truth. You already have the truth. So with you doing divination work to get some insight on somebody, your intentions are not pure. You may tell yourself, well, I'm trying to prove to people who this person is. It's not about other people. It is about you. God wants you. That's kind of where I picked up the insecurity. You don't have to keep explaining yourself. You don't have to keep explaining who somebody else is. Because the thing is, you have been knowing the truth, but what have you been doing? You haven't been doing anything. You haven't been doing anything about the truth, is what I'm saying. You're doing all of this, you're doing all of that, except for what God is calling you to do. So you're going to have to deal with some type of backlash. You have this individual who did some work on you, and they're trying to reverse it, but it's too late. Which is why you're going to experience the backlash. This is what I'm saying. You're not doing anything about your situation. You're so focused on somebody else that you can't see what people are doing behind your back. There's some type of separation here. And this person is telling people, this person is throwing a tantrum, and this person is saying, this person is not being very nice to you. They're not talking nicely about you. They're trying to talk about how you're a fraud. They're trying to talk about how you're not devotional. You're not devoted to them. If you talk about God a lot, they're trying to project onto you that, that shit is fake. You a God-fearing man, but every time you play in divination, you're stripped more and more of your faith. And that is what you are manifesting. So you're going to have to deal with some type of backlash because God wants you to stay out of that. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. You were already given the truth about who this Queen of Cups person is. It's not your job to prove it to other people because it's not other people. It's about you. It's kind of like you keep trying to do things because you're looking for some type of inspiration. You know what I mean? You think that you're supposed to be testing people's character out here. That's not who you are anymore. That's why you have to keep dibbling and dabbling into divination, because you're losing it. God says that is enough. The next time you do it, your head is going to get cut off. That's not a warning. So anyway, in the position of your crown, you have the Eight of Cups. So you know that you're not emotionally toxic. You know that you don't want to deal with emotionally toxic people. You're moving away. It's like a detachment. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that it's like you're trying to think in a way that's not you. You're trying to be mind over matter. It's not about mind over matter. It is, for you, it is about discipline. So you don't have the discipline. And you have shown that through your actions. And my thing is that you have people watching you. Like I said, you doing work on somebody else. Somebody is doing work on you too, and you don't even see it. You keep wondering why you're struggling with this depression that you feel. Well, for one, you need to get some rest. The King of Wands taking action. The King of Wands wants the insight. Okay? When you get the news, it brings you a sense of peace. But like I said, you're not going to get away with that. Then you have the Nine of Cups here, which is the wish fulfillment. Which can also represent being single, but it's giving me more so of wish fulfillment. So you have prolonged your wish fulfillment. You have delayed it. Every time you get into that shit, you delay the process of your wish fulfillment. I think that your wish fulfillment is that Queen of Cups. She's at a distance from you. You're trying to figure out What is taking so long? It's you. It's not her. You got some baggage that you have to clear out. This woman doesn't have anything around her. So at the end of the day, you're the one with the baggage and you are the one with the problem. But you got people trying to make you a target. So what you're doing is projecting onto her to where you're trying to make her a target too. You tell yourself that you're not. Look, you can lie to yourself, but you cannot lie to the universe. I already told motherfuckers that when it comes to assessments, there are going to be deeper things that are looked into. It's not just going to be black and white. You can't just say to yourself, well, I want to test them. You can't do that because you already got the truth. So you caused an imbalance. So in your mind, you're telling yourself that you don't have toxic attachments, and you probably don't have attachments, right? But the thing is that you don't see what other people are doing behind your back. If you're gonna dibble and dabble into that shit, you're not God. Stop trying to play God with it. You need to be using it to protect you. Because you have individuals on the outside. They trying to reverse the shit because they knew I was gonna speak up about it. Now they trying to take it back because you thought that you was doing something you wouldn't get caught for. They set you up once again. It's one thing to learn universal law, but you have to understand that there has been something that has shifted majorly in the universe in 2023. So Mayat has been having to look deeper into situations. It's not black and white anymore. It's not, is your heart lighter than the feather? That's not what it is anymore. She is the law. She can do whatever she wants. And there has been a lot of things that are being exposed from the time of Pisces. So she's in the office and she's going through the era of the Pisces. And she's deeply assessing and going in, analyzing things, evaluating things. But at the same time, she has to be in the age of Aquarius. So, like I said, once again, you're going to experience something. You're going to experience some type of backlash from this. And you're going to wonder why it happened. So now you know why it happened. The individuals, that are on the outside, that are working on you, they want you to sabotage yourself with this woman. And the thing is that the way that you think, you will sabotage. So you have to take your perspective. You have to practice a little more humility with the way in which that you think. Because you are proving and showing that if you have some type of a power or authority, it's kind of like you will tell yourself, just because I have certain intentions, I'm able to do that, right? But your intentions are not necessarily yours. Like I said, you're being set up. So don't blame God when something happens to you. Don't blame God for that. You must take accountability. We're supposed to be putting an end to warfare. So when you receive the truth, that's what it is. Let it rest. Just because you don't want to believe the truth, that is your problem. If you act on that, that is your problem. Stop trying to manipulate stuff, thinking that you're so above it and you're so clever that you can outsmart the universe, because you can't. As long as you are in this physical body, you are limited. You may consider or think of yourself to be a genius, but when it comes to these deities and these extraterrestrials, you can forget it. The human in you limits you. The power of the brain is very powerful. But you have to sharpen your way of thinking, your perspective. So rest now, because there are some obstacle courses. You have opposition. You have opposition about to op up against you because you made this move. You have put out a signal into the universe. You are expanding. So the thing is that whether you know it or not, you are touching beyond what you can see. Do you hear what I'm saying? What do I mean when I say touching beyond what you can see? Your energy is expanding. So your energy, you are connected and communicating with individuals that are higher. It's kind of like you're Batman and you sent out a bat signal. When Batman puts out the bat signal, everybody in the world can see it. So you have to come into the realization that you have a lot of people watching you. Okay, so the thing is that, you don't, these individuals on the outside, the people who are watching you, nobody is trying to hurt you, but people are watching what you do very closely. So that's why I delivered to you that message, and I broke it down to you, in the best way in which that I could, so you could understand. Because it's like you think that you can cheat. You think that you can get around stuff, but you cannot. So you have already put that signal out. So that's why, you may experience some things. And you may say to yourself, that's not fair. So I'm explaining it to you before it happens so that you can take accountability. If you take accountability, you will be forgiven, and you'll be given another chance. You are someone who holds infinite favor. So it's never about trying to take you out. It's about trying to teach you. So you have to make mistakes in order to learn, in order to understand. And during this time, this is a very tricky time because so many things are changing. We read about the Kabbalion, we read about the Emerald Tablets, we read about the 48 laws, the 12 laws of the universe. You can get into all of this stuff, but there is being like it's like a hidden scroll for everything that has been written. In between things that were noticed in past lifetimes, but were never written. So during the times to where, let's say, Thoth was writing the 7 harmonic principles. Well, there were other principles that he had that at the time, I don't know, maybe he just didn't decide to put it in there. Maybe it was too future forward. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he wasn't trusting the guidance. But the thing is that it's kind of like those hidden, the hidden information, those hidden rules, the hidden knowledge of things, all of that stuff is starting to be rebirthed. So it's not going to be as easy as you think that it's going to be. And you have more help and support than what you think that you do, but you have to keep an optimistic mind. Okay? You have to stay optimistic, because it's kind of like whenever you kind of fuck up, you may have a tendency to be hard on yourself. So the thing is that you have to stay in faith, and you have to understand that nothing is happening against you. It's happening for you. Because you're still entertaining the wrong ideas. You're entertaining the wrong ideas about what is, when there is a new world that is opening up. So you're right in the middle. That's why you have so much support. And your lessons are going to be very challenging. They're going to be very hard. But you can't give up. People are rooting for you because a lot of individuals, we didn't have to go through this. You know, so you're the chosen one. You know what I mean? You're it's kind of like you're the bridge. You're the bridge that is going to gap things, to gap the transition from the old to the new. So, you know, I have a feeling that you want to make people proud. People are already proud because you were chosen. So they already know what you're capable of. They already know. So you don't have to seek the validation. You already have it. And so when certain things don't turn out the way that you wanted to, I don't want you to get discouraged. There's a lot to learn here. And at the same time, there are things that these elite officials are trying to figure out too. You see, in a way, you're being observed because people are learning through you. They're seeing through you. But at the same time, you know, they know how to protect you too. Okay? So, I think that I pretty much said what I needed to say. Okay, so until the next time, we'll talk again. Thank you.